Okay, here's another set of instructions for the center louver assembly. Remove the center louver assembly from the center console. I've already done that. On the rear of the center louver assembly, remove 3 OEM screws attaching the center louver vent door to the center louver frame and retain them. Discard the center louver vent door and housing. Making sure the OEM vents are in the original location, install the center louver adapter to the previously removed OEM vent door location as shown in photos 5 and 6 below. Photo 5, photo 6. They're not very good. Install the center louver bracket to the center louver adapter. By inserting the vent divider blade through the open slot in the center louver adapter as shown in photo 7 below. So there's photo 7. I see nothing that looks remotely like that. Searched my package and I see nothing. So then it says install and tighten the 3 OEM screws as shown in photos 8 and 9 below. So 8 and 9. I don't see this adapter thing. So we're going to take it apart. Maybe there's one inside there, but I don't think so. Oops, that's not going to work because it's a nut. Okay, those are 1/4 inch screws with a hex head, so you can't take them out with a screwdriver. Now this housing also holds the windshield wiper switch, which is here. You don't want to touch that. They don't show a very good picture of this, but something I think my car has that doesn't show up in that picture. And, you know, maybe they took it from a 74 or something, some other year. Is this little handle that went down through to open and close the vents. Now this is all going to be done automatically through the air conditioning system. So if you look at this from the outside on mine, I think this will work just fine because these were always manual vents. You just moved them left or right. And the airflow will be controlled to these by the air conditioning control system. So I think all I have to do, all I can do, is screw in these 2 screws because there's no place to put a screw through on the bottom here. And then I think that's it. Okay, there's 2 holes in here, and there are 2 pins that line it up, and then there's screws that hold it on. I'm going to insert the 3rd screw and screw it in just because it's not going to do anything. But appears to be in there good enough. If you look there, you can see through the vents. These are really easy to knock out of place. Gotta be careful with them. But each side is controllable by the occupants of the vehicle just by reaching up and turning them. So that thing should be set to go back in the car. A long time ago, I did the modifications on this. This is the air vent that goes in the top of the dashboard. Hope that's in the, yeah. And I made the video, but I haven't published it yet. I couldn't find this piece. And as I cleared out a bunch of the stuff in the box that everything came in, I found it. So I'm going to have to go back. In the video that you're watching, I probably mentioned something like, and that's not the right size. I probably mentioned something like, I don't have that piece, but oh well, it looks like it will work without it. Well, now I found that piece and I have it. So there's a 1/4 inch screws here, 1/4 inch head on them, I should say. If you've been following along, you know that every time I say a size, it's the socket size or wrench size you need, not the size of the bolt, the shaft of the bolt. So anyways, this video will be added to the one that I already took. And basically, this divider just goes down in there. And the thing rests on 2 little pins here and here, and then it has 3 screws that hold it in, and they will help hold these vents in a little better. They were a little loose without the vent or the divider. easier to get it in without the divider. There it is. Just had 3 screws. And at the time I'm making this, I'm far enough along in the installation of the ducts that I know that between here and the defrost duct, there's not a lot of room. So this ought to be interesting to get this shoved in there. I don't know why Vintage Air didn't put hard ducts all the way, because that's what Chevy did when they built the thing. And these, can't say this enough, these flexible ducts, while probably keeps the cost down a little bit for Vintage Air, because they can probably order a ton of that duct and just have flexible duct in all their vintage products. But it sure makes, on something as tight as a Corvette, it makes the installation a pain in the rear. And you'll see this later on, but putting this round tube over these oval vents is a chore. And I just think they should have done it better, and if it cost a little bit more, I would have been willing to pay it.